If the internet is its own world, then memes are what make that particular world go round. There are certain images which will remain forever burned into our minds, eternal setups to punchlines which are always delivered in stark white text. Memes are not strictly an internet phenomenon. From Kilroy was here to Andre the Giant, who we understand has an army. They have always been a part of modern life, but the web has allowed the phenomenon to take firm hold in the popular consciousness, in which some have become so ingrained that they're likely to be fondly remembered by this generation in the same way that previous ones wax nostalgic about old movies and television shows. You've probably seen all of the memes we'll be looking at today, but you may not have given them a second thought to the people behind them until now. In 2012, computer programmer Will King took some shots of the runners at the annual Cooper River Bridge Run in Charleston, South Carolina. He uploaded the set of nearly 100 photos to Flickr and Facebook, but one in particular stood out. Amidst the struggling and panting runners in the shot was one very good-looking man who seemed like he was just having a great time. One of King's friends dubbed him ridiculously photogenic guy, and a few days later, King uploaded the shot to Reddit, where it quickly took off. Captions like "runs marathon and wins, my heart," and "smiles at the camera, girl who took picture is now pregnant" made light of the obvious, and within days, the subject of the meme was identified as 25-year-old New Yorker Zeddy Little. He appeared on Good Morning America with King, a little puzzled by his newfound name, but nonetheless good-natured about it all. Little was trending like crazy for the rest of the year, but then seemed to drop off the face of the internet. His Reddit and Twitter accounts have been dormant since late 2012, and in spite of that million-dollar smile, he's kept an improbably low profile. When Lena Grenier posted a shot of her 11-month-old Sammy to her Flickr account in 2007, she had no idea what she was in for. Sammy's determined expression and balled fist, however, seemed to be trying to communicate something to the viewer. And after briefly making the rounds on social media sites with the caption "I hate sandcastles" among others, one Redditor seemed to nail it down with just one word: success. Users began using a Photoshop version of the image to send up little triumphs of everyday life, such as late to work, boss was even later, and thought I only had one beer left, two left. The image quickly got picked up for TV and billboard ads, and was even retweeted by the White House. Now 12 years old, but somehow still recognizable as the kid in the photo, Sammy has put his viral fame to good use. He promoted a GoFundMe page which raised over $100,000 for a kidney transplant for his ailing father. In 2012, YouTuber Lena Morris posted a video in response to Justin Bieber's announcement of an online singing contest promoting his single Girlfriend. Morris' parody version of the song featured hilarious if rather stalkerish lyrics which drew a reasonable amount of attention to the video. But when it was shared on Reddit the next day, a still from the clip suddenly went ultra-viral, becoming known around the web as Overly Attached Girlfriend. Among the more famous captions accompanying Morris' creepy visage, "I sewed my name on your shirts in case you forgot you're taken," and "I was looking through your texts earlier, who's mom?" It took Lena about a week to acknowledge her viral fame on Twitter, taking it all in stride, and she even participated in a video with fellow YouTuber Jimmy Tatro called "Breaking Up with Overly Attached Girlfriend." After making the talk show rounds in 2013, she settled back into a routine of posting videos for her YouTube fan base, which is a little bit bigger than before her viral popularity. If you were online at any point during 2011, you were probably confronted by Scumbag Steve, a garishly dressed young man who was out to annoy you in all kinds of different ways. The image was first posted to Reddit on January 21st, and by the middle of February, the meme had grown to dominate the internet, been featured on BuzzFeed, and garnered an article in the Daily Mail. Captions such as "pukes on your couch," "leaves," and "hey, can I borrow everything?" had the denizens of the web reminiscing not so fondly about every inconsiderate friend they'd ever had, especially the ones named Steve. However, the guy in the photo was quick to step forward and identify himself as Blake Boston, an aspiring rapper whose mother had taken the pic for her photography class. While he wasn't altogether pleased with the meme's context, it did draw attention to his rhymes. In 2012, his video Scumbag Steve Overture was featured on Slate, Mashable, and Geekosystem, and even garnered him an interview with the Daily Dot. Curiously, it seems that his career has failed to take off, as his online presence has diminished considerably since. If mom happens to have some more old unflattering photos laying around, that might help. If there's one single thing the internet loves above all others, it's cats. And if there's one meme that it was simply impossible to avoid at the height of its popularity, it's Grumpy Cat. It all started when Brian Bunsen uploaded pictures of his sister Tabitha's cat Tartar Sauce to Reddit in late 2012. The kitty naturally wears what you might call a displeased expression, and it only took the meme machine mere hours to begin doing what it does best. There are only about 1 billion examples of this meme, but I tried to have fun once, it was awful, and they stole my poop. Again, could be considered standouts. In the years since he shot to fame, Tartar Sauce has been featured in online ad campaigns for Friskies cat food, and has been the subject of t-shirts, books, and art projects. The entire Grumpy Cat concept has even been optioned to potentially be worked up into a feature film, the superstar only the internet could have made. Tartar Sauce has made Tabitha over $1 million, but he still doesn't look too happy about it. If you've seen this guy's grinning, joint-smoking mug before, then you know that good guy Greg only wants to help you out. Thought to have originated on 4chan, the meme picked up a serious head of steam on Reddit in 2011, with captions like "sleeps on your couch, makes breakfast," and "tells you cool story bro, means it," offering a heartwarming alternative to the snarkiness of the general meme population. The meme spawned several offshoots and derivatives, but in the years since it spread like wildfire. Nobody has been able to ascertain the helpful stoner's identity. Two different individuals have posted pictures of themselves online alongside the meme, implying that they're the real Greg, but both of them, while similar, have noticeable differences from the guy in the photo. Greg, if you're out there, please drop us an email. We could really use some help moving some new furniture into the top trending office this weekend. 16-year-old Alex Lee had only been holding down his job at a Dallas area Target for a few months when a random customer, a teenage girl shockingly enough, snapped a picture of Alex in action bagging her groceries. She uploaded it to her Instagram with a succinct caption, "Yo!" And then, as it is known to do, the internet sprang into action. Within 24 hours, the handsome teen's candid shot had been retweeted 1 million times, and he himself had suddenly picked up 250,000 Twitter followers. Alex certainly had looks going for him, but during his appearance on Ellen, he admitted that he didn't really have much in the way of talent to capitalize on. After a series of managers managed to boost his social media presence through the roof while robbing him blind, Alex decided to go it alone as a social media personality, managing his own YouTube channel while also attending school to become an EMT. The phrase "first world problems" has been around for years and blew up on Twitter as a hashtag and as a subreddit before making its way to memedom. But the concept of emotional overreaction to relatively insignificant grievances found its physical personification in the downcast, tear-streaked face of Italian actress and model Silvia Botany, which suddenly exploded across the internet in 2011, accompanied by captions like "just use my last Pandora skip for the hour, next song is even worse," and memorably, "someone on the internet disagrees with me." It's not clear who enlisted Botany's weepy stock photo to embody ultra-privileged grief at the most trivial of nuisances, but even she would have to admit they hit the nail on the head. Getting memed doesn't seem to have hurt her career. She's worked steadily ever since, landing bit parts in films and appearing in the Spanish TV series Farina. It might be one of the most hilarious memes of all time. A young man stands alone in the middle of an enthusiastic crowd at what appears to be a rave. He has an unmistakable look of sudden realization on his face, and the meme is always captioned appropriately. Its very first incarnation carried the caption, "Oh my god, dubstep sucks," and before long the image had spread around the world as Sudden Clarity Clarence. Introduced on Uproxx, the meme blazed across Reddit, Funny Junk, and Tumblr, with most iterations retaining the "oh my god" setup to land punchlines like "those weren't Listerine breath strips," and "Bruce Willis was dead the whole time." Unfortunately, nobody is sure what happened to Clarence after his moment of clarity. While a pair of Redditors both posted photos of themselves that look quite a bit like the guy in the photo, neither of them were from Australia where the picture was taken, and they were probably just lookalikes. The picture that changed Dustin Matson's life was taken around 2009, when the cafe he was working at needed pictures of employees for their website. According to Dustin, the staff had spent most of the day messing around and taking goofy pictures, until the owner pleaded with them to let him get some serious shots. So Dustin threw on a black scarf, a gift from the owner, crossed his arms, and tried to look as angry as possible. The pic went unnoticed on the company website for a couple years, but once it got the attention of the internet at large, Hipster Barista was born. With captions like $120,000 art degree, makes faces in latte foam, Dustin says that while he wasn't too happy about being memed, he saw a lot of venting in its different variations. There was a lot of really real things that are represented in a lot of those memes, he said. You had a lot of anonymous people creating memes as a way to vent their frustration at their local barista who doesn't treat them very well. Dustin is still a barista, and admits that while he's nothing like the image the meme generally portrays, it has made him think a little more carefully about how he comes off to customers that he might have otherwise. Zoey Roth never figured on the internet, cheekily blaming her for all manner of calamities, but one photo uploaded by her father Dave in 2007 sealed her fate. The picture was taken during a training drill for the local fire department, and in the background it shows a house in a full roaring blaze, while in the foreground young Zoey grins mischievously. Dave originally titled the pic Firestarter, but once the denizens of the web started photoshopping Zoey's smiling mug onto the foreground of every terrible occurrence they could think of, she quickly became known as Disaster Girl. The meme also spread in a more conventional form, with the original photo captioned with such punchlines as "I told you I wanted a pony," and "next time just buy the damn cookies." Zoey is 17 now, just a regular high schooler whose brush with fame as a kid seems almost surreal. Her friends and classmates, however, all know about Disaster Girl, and as such they're probably hesitant to mess with her. His real name is Kyle Craven, but to the internet he'll always be Bad Luck Brian. In January 2012, 22-year-old Craven was a bit surprised to find that one of his old friends had uploaded a picture from his sophomore year in high school the previous day, accompanied by the caption, "Takes first driving test, gets first DUI." He was even more surprised to find that the photo had gone viral overnight, and that the internet had no shortage of suggestions for more captions. The meme blew up on Reddit, and before Kyle knew it, he was a bona fide sensation. T-shirts featuring the meme were sold at Walmart and Hot Topic, and he became a mainstay at internet conventions around the country. Today, he's the manager of a construction company in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio, and while he says he's met several others who have been memed and objected to the treatment, he doesn't understand why. "I don't mind at all," he says. "I think it's odd when a lot of other memes I meet are trying to keep it all hush-hush." Kyle's favorite version of his meme? Parents get divorced, no one fights over custody.